The New England Patriots get hope for the future. Let's talk about it. My name is Aaron. This is Sports Talk Patriots on the daily, putting out content for people just like you who love New England Patriots football. Regardless if they're winning Super Bowls or rebuilding, you're there. So do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, like, and comment below. Today, what we're going to be talking about is some good news coming out of Week 3 that I would say is optimistic for the New England Patriots going into these next handful of weeks. As well, we're going to be talking offensive line and potential gets that they could make to help out this line. Golly, let's jump into it. So first, what we're going to be talking about, an optimistic future. This right here. Now, you're already probably like, nope, I'm going to exit this video. Hold on. Give me a second. Let me explain. Next week, 49ers, Week 4 NFL season. I'm not saying we're going to win. Not saying that at all. But we have to admit it should look optimistic and hopeful knowing the 49ers are 1-2. Yes, they don't have Christian McCaffrey. They will not have Christian McCaffrey going up against the Patriots this upcoming Sunday at 4 o'clock, midday games. Also, in this game, they had the lead. It looked like they were about to blow out the Rams. A Rams team, let's not forget, granted, Matt Stafford can sling the ball. He can still play, but doesn't have Puka, does not have Cooper Kupp, and are missing 2 starting offensive linemen. So this team is depleted. This team is not good. The week before, Week 2, they got decimated by the Cardinals. The Cardinals got decimated. And then Week 1 lost to the Lions. Lions, good team. But that in the Cardinals, honestly, they have some potential, but just did not look great against the Lions, but dominated the Rams. So this team plays the 49ers and makes an epic comeback and takes the W. So we look at it, and nothing crazy when it comes to the Rams made stops when they needed to make stops. They only had 1 sack on Purdy. Purdy and Jawan Jennings, of all people, went off. If you had Jawan Jennings starting on your fantasy team, salute to you. That's very impressive. But I'm sure that if you go look, it shows a little percent what depending on the app you use, and I'm sure that is probably under probably 30%. That would be wild. Jordan Mason, for the most part, he had 19 carries, 77 yards, somewhat held in check. But you look at this. Brandon Ayuk, now granted, also you're like, well, Deebo Samuel's not playing it at either. Yes, that's true. But again, Brandon Ayuk, you still have weapons there. Jordan Mason is not bad. Jawan Jennings, clearly 12 targets, 11 receptions, like not bad at all. Again, just imploded. So the big question is for the Patriots, can they look at this film and figure out, hey, what did the Rams do well, and can we replicate that? So that's the first one. Second one, playing the Texans coming up as well. Texans absolutely got stomped. And Texans, good team. Vikings, where the heck are they coming from? No one knows. Vikings playing well with Sam Darnold. 4 touchdowns, just unreal. And not only 4 touchdowns, but spreading the ball out. Jefferson Jones, Michigan State's own Naylor, in Mundit. So it's crazy to see that. I thought this game was going to be close. This is wild how much of a blowout this was. But then again, it just goes to show you never know. It's the NFL. That's why they play week in, week out. You never know who's going to win. Last but not least, we look at a game, the Seahawks and the Dolphins. Now, the Seahawks, that was a game the Patriots, in my opinion, they let slip through their fingers. They could have won that game. I feel like at times on offense they played too conservatively. And so looking at this, it tells me, hey, the Dolphins, each time we play the Dolphins, those are very much winnable games. Skylar Thompson, not him. Tim Bowl, not him. And so did not get a rushing attack going against the Seahawks. It was just rough going for the Dolphins. And so these 3 games, in my opinion, are huge when you look at it because these are games that are up and coming for the Patriots. Am I saying they're going to go in there and go 3-0 and win all those games? No, I'm not saying that. I do think it's a possibility that they for sure win one of those games, and I think it is also possible, depending on if they continue to look to that pass game and figure that out as well, complementing the run game, I think things can be figured out as well. We get the run game going. You look, the Seahawks had a decent run game against the Dolphins. You look over here, the Vikings had a decent run game. And then last but not least, you see the Rams had one against the 49ers, which you could argue here is one of the better defenses. So when it comes down to it, I think that there's some optimism. I think there's a lot of people who are like, oh, we're destroyed the rest of the season. No, am I saying this is a playoff team? No, I'm not saying that. But I do think there's chances that the Patriots, if they can come play their game, they can establish the run, they can prove people wrong, and they can sneak out some wins. Again, they beat the Cincinnati Bengals in Cincinnati, and no one thought that was going to happen, right? You have to agree with me there. So when it comes down to it, I think these are optimistic things to see. You could also take that on the flip side and say, well, also they could be on a revenge tour, all these teams that just lost in kind of an embarrassing way, with the 49ers letting the Rams come back, the Texans getting blown out, and then the Dolphins essentially getting blown out. So sure, I could give you that, but comment below, what do you think about this? Does this make you feel somewhat hopeful going into these games? Next, we're just going to talk about free agency when it comes to just left tackle. The reason I bring this up again is because all these trade rumors are swirling around about getting a linebacker, getting a wide receiver, getting a cornerback, getting a safety, whatever it might be. There's all these different rumors. And when it comes down to it, I don't know why any of these people in the media are talking about all this when the biggest issue is at the tackle position. And so there are serviceable, and you're like, gosh, I hate when you say that word because you say it all the time. Well, it's that is a great term. Linemen that can be picked up. Donovan Smith played for Kansas City. We know him. Yes, and all these guys, you look at all their ages right here in the middle, all older. Yes, I'm not saying any of them need these fat, stupid contracts. They could have veteran minimums. It's also probably most of these guys, I would say a handful, if not half of them, or just about half, will probably end up on an NFL team by the time it hits playoffs. So it's one of those things where they might have a year, maybe a year or two left. And it's they're playing the Joe Flacco game. I'm going to sit on my couch until someone calls me. So at the top, Bakatari, something like that. You say it like that. He played for Green Bay forever. Great lineman. Apparently, there's rumors that Aaron Rodgers wants him on the Jets. Hey, if he's good enough there and Aaron Rodgers believes in him, why aren't the Patriots trying to get a hold of him? DJ Humphries, a Pro Bowl, made the Pro Bowl a handful of years ago. Has started 98 games. 98 of 98 games he has started. So a great resume. Also potential there. And then, as I said, Dwayne Brown, 39. That's old for a lineman. Those joints must be aching. And then we have Donovan Smith. So my big question for this is any of these guys are you interested in, and why? And do you think the Patriots should make a move, or do you just think at this point let them figure it out on their own? Again, one is Lowe coming back. I think that will help a lot. So comment below. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts for the schedule moving forward? Are you optimistic? And as well, free agency or just moves the Patriots can make when it comes to the tackle position? Comment below. I appreciate you guys as Sports Talk Patriots. Hit that subscribe button on the way out. We'll talk later. Peace.